My goal with this channel has always been to inspire people to play champions that they probably wouldn't have picked up otherwise. Champions that are forgotten, misunderstood, or just plain bad. Aurelion Sol has been an ongoing discussion on my channel because he is one of those misunderstood champions that you barely see because only like 5 people play him. And I always prided myself as an ASOL player, making videos about him, making guides about him, trying to get him to be noticed a little bit more, and at least give some people who want to try to play him somewhere to look. A lot of people got something out of the guides that I made for him, and I've even said that they hadn't played him until seeing some of the videos that I've made. And to you specifically, I'm sorry. But that does make me really happy to know that my content made the Star Dragon just a tiny bit more popular. And now he's getting reworked.
One of the goals was to enhance his dragon theme.
Aurelion Sol falls under the played so little that it doesn't even show up on some tier lists when sorting by pick rate category. This might indicate to you that he's not very popular, even with the help of my amazing content and consistent upload schedule. But the few people that do play him absolutely love him. They are some of the most dedicated players I've encountered and are only beat out by your average middle-aged MMO player. So I really do mean this when I say, this rework needs to be good, okay?
No.
You thought people were upset by the first series of reworks I did way back when they first started this endeavor, complaining constantly that they missed the old Pizza Feet Mordekaiser or this, oh god. And that's saying a lot considering what could have been with the Aurelion Sol release. His release was probably one of the most disappointing champion releases ever to have existed in League history. Imagine, Aurelion Sol, this massive cosmic space dragon who can literally create stars, throw them around, incinerating his foes, breathing starfire out of his mouth. Oh my god, the possibilities for breaking the epic barrier are off the charts. I can't wait to see what kind of champion he'll be. Oh. But despite that, a very small amount of players learned to love this oddly satisfying champion and played him even when everyone else turned away, scoffed at him, and just started playing champions like Akali and Kassadin or whoever the flavor of the month was. And that means there is something there for people. Aurelion Sol is probably still one of the most unique champions in the game. His W is like no other ability in the game. His Q grows into huge sizes to cover large areas and stun multiple people. He's the only champion that actually flies, okay? There's some other flying going on. I mean, like maybe Quinn, but she doesn't really fly over things. She kind of just like goes around. Aurelion Sol flies, okay? And his ultimate is just cool. Sol is a breath of fresh air from the mundane assassins, the boring control mages, and your average brain-dead bruiser. So yeah, the Aurelion Sol CGU needs to be good. Perfect even, if you ask me. And so far...
But really, let's be honest.
He's a dragon.
There are worries that he'll be a generic control mage or that his theme as a massive cosmic space dragon who commands the primordial elements will be forgotten for a more trivial dragon theme. And until there's more info, I really can't say which way it'll go. We've only seen 2 abilities be officially revealed, and so far they've had mixed reviews. Fire Breath is cool, I guess, but it doesn't really fit his theme or his lore. He does fly still, but we don't know what else the ability does or if it's any different than what it's supposed to be, considering this is supposed to be a comprehensive gameplay update. And as an Aurelion Sol player watching all these changes happen, the one thing that's in my mind is that I don't want my favorite champion in the game to be erased. I know, it sounds like I'm one of those people complaining about Maokai or Mordekaiser or whatever, champion got reworked back in the past. I still want the feeling that I'm playing a champion that is on a much bumpier road or is just a bit more unique than other champions. Does it make me feel superior to other players when I 1v1 my lane opponent at level 2 in mid lane? Yes, no doubt about that. Eat my ass, Yasuo. But it also gives me a sense of pride when I start mastering his playstyle and actually figure out how he works. I mean, that was the best part about learning to play Azir or any other niche champion, but really it's just that Aurelion Sol or Azir have a lot more to figure out, and that's honestly the best part about playing them. League is a game by design that plays pretty much the same way every game. Farm forever, Get gold, get more powerful, kill enemy, take tower, get nexus, done. So something that can inject a little more intrigue is really nice when you're a casual player like me. But to be honest, I don't see Riot releasing any more champions like Aesol or Azir. Let's be real, honestly, for a second, and admit that champions released these days aren't mechanically complex or have uniqueness in their playstyle. Bel'Veth is basically a glorified stat stick, and Neela is 5 champions mixed in with radioactive material to fill her kit to the brim with passives that basically make the champion play itself. And it's probably because Riot doesn't really need to take risks anymore. But they want to shake anything up at all when the champion creation process seems to just directly print money right into their pockets. When the company was a lot younger and a lot more eager to get the attention of players and people and give players something to like just really get their hands on, they went all over the place with champion designs. Azir was one of them, and he was a huge risk. It was built and remade several times before release, and even then they still remade him multiple times and changing abilities, fixing bugs. He still has some of the same bugs to this day. Riot created something that only a select few players could master, and succeeded, but as a result made it so that the champion could never be as viable as all the others. But his playstyle and difficulty resonated with so many players, including myself, because of how different he was. And Aurelion Sol is very similar. Not only are you delivering a champion with a theme that can actually unironically be called epic, but also a unique experience unlike any other champion in the game. Yes, they really didn't deliver on the theme in-game. I'm hearing you, and it's a dead joke by now, but put that aside for just a minute and look how special the champion is. And that's why when they reworked him the first time, it devastated people. Once again, trying to fit a dodecahedron into a square hole, apply the same formulaic baked design into a champion that deserves so much more. Now, do I care a bit too much about a fictional character in a video game that basically doesn't care about me as a player, driving me down a spiral of self-worthlessness and depression to only drag me back into a cyclical habit of putting myself through some of the most unenjoyable times playing a video game? Yes. But he's a dragon from space. To finish this off, Riot, listen to me. If you're not, you, the viewer, listen to me, and maybe someone will hear me. I'm a small creator, but God, just make it good. Just make it good. Give us Aurelion Sol players what we've been desperately waiting for. Huge abilities, stars everywhere, throwing galaxies or something, solar flares, I don't know. Remarkable abilities that show off the themes of an incredibly unique champion. Or revert Aesol W. Okay, bye!